Let's do a no makeup using what I would consider to be the perfect no makeup base. Here's the thing, prefacing this whole video, it's mostly unavailable. However, I want to keep talking about it in the hopes that The Ordinary, if they're listening, don't make this a limited release. Need this as a permanent product. I'm so sorry if you can't get this. I really, really am. This is The Ordinary Serum Foundation. That's what I'm using as my base. It's incredibly thin and incredibly skin-like, and I just think it is the perfect no makeup base. I unfortunately have to mix 2 shades to get my shade right, but it's only $12, so I'm happy to do that. I would suggest using whatever you have in your collection that is incredibly thin. Any sort of skin tint would be really good. The Hourglass one, if you sheared it out slightly, would be perfect. But as I said, I'm really posting this in the hopes that The Ordinary see it and make this permanent so I can get more when it runs out. Please don't get upset with me for using this. Channel that emotion into emailing The Ordinary and telling them to keep this on as a permanent product. I don't like to take too much of the discoloration out of my skin when I'm doing a no makeup, and I feel like you can really tell you've got makeup on, so I don't put really any foundation on my eyelids. I like to keep that discoloration there and visible. And also this little bit under my eyes, I like to keep that too, because then I feel like it looks more natural. I say as I'm about to put bronzer on, and I clearly have no bronze in my skin whatsoever. Got by Mario Soft Sculpt is perfect for this. It's incredibly sheer, and I just want a little bit just to add a tiny bit of color back into my face. I also like to put a little bit on the bridge of my nose because that's where the sun would naturally hit, and also the top of my forehead. This is where the sun would hit me if I was getting sun. However, I'm not doing that, so we need to add it in artificially. I really like to emphasize this on this part of my forehead and not this part of my forehead, because the sun is going to hit me right here. A little bit on my cheeks just because I like how it looks. This is the perfect no makeup product because it's incredibly sheer. It looks very natural. I'm using the shade medium. To put a little bit on my chin as well because the sun would hit me there. Blush is a little bit tricky here, and that's because we all have different redness levels in our skin. I would try and find something that has a more red base to it because you don't really flush lavender. You know what I mean? This I've found is probably the closest to the redness that I get. This is from Make Beauty and it's the shade Flushed. I love this. I just do a tiny bit on the tip of my brush and I keep it where I would naturally flush. So for me, that's right here. Kind of down a little bit. That's where my redness would go. I love that I remove the redness in my skin just to add a prettier redness back into it. Always a little bit on the tip of the nose and a little bit on the bronzer on my forehead, because I would get redness there if I was naturally out in the sun. Clear brow gel is a must, and I like to kind of just brush them up and out. I'm not being too precise. I don't want them to look too put together. I might just take a tiny bit of pencil just underneath because I can see they're a little gappy. Something really thin is what I love to use for a no makeup because you can really draw in individual hairs and then the brows don't become too blocky, because I feel like a blocky brow is a dead giveaway for makeup. Do you think we need some sort of powder? Because your skin isn't this, I mean, maybe your skin is, but my skin is definitely not this luminous all the time. I love something like this from Fenty. This is the Invisimatte setting powder. It's truly traceless, like you absolutely can't see it. So I just want to set in here so that there is no glow. Get rid of this glow on the tip of the nose, unfortunately. And then just under here. Natural highlight on the cheek is fine. I find that really pretty, but around my nose and my mouth, I feel like that just makes you look sweaty instead of that really beautiful glow. That's what I want. And just on the forehead as well. Another place you can look sweaty. I don't want to look sweaty. I will say a bit of a game changer for me in the no makeup department is this from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's new. It's their Impeccable Setting Spray. It's got like it's a matte setting spray, but it looks hydrating, which I know doesn't really make any sense. But I have found that using this instead of using powder all over my face, my skin looks blurred and smooth, not matte, but it doesn't look powdered. It's like taken away powder for me, and I love it. It's very, very good. You know what I want to do? I want to remove half of it so you can see the difference. I'm going to do that. That is crazy because that doesn't look heavy at all. I feel like that still looks like skin, but that's what my actual skin looks like. I've got like quite a bit of blotchy redness, which has been driving me nuts. And that's one of the reasons I love this, is because it takes away the redness, but it doesn't cover your skin too much. This is my no makeup. My skin looks even, hydrated. It's got a bit of a glow. It doesn't look blotchy like this side. I love this. email them, tell them we want it back full time, please.